Hello, YouTubers. Hello, world. Somebody did say, Adrian, why do you say hello, YouTubers? You're the YouTuber. No, I'm just a content creator, seemingly. YouTubers are the people that use YouTube. You're the users. I'm kind of a user, but that's why I say hello, YouTubers. I'm being friendly to you, and then the stony hard world, less so. Some of the videos, again, as I've uploaded the last couple of days, there are some very intelligent and very articulate commenters to the videos. And I just wanted to take a snapshot, sort of the zeitgeist around Alex Belfield's prison. What's going on, the background, to give you an insight. Because there are some people that, have been prison officers, they do know what's going on and how and why, better than I. So I've taken some excellent comments, and that's what this video is going to be all about. People that know better than me. First is Steve W. Thank you, Steve. Adrian, all prisons that take sentenced inmates from local courts are category B, though the majority of prisoners are category C. Prisoners are observed and assessed before being categorised. A computerised system, offender assessment system or OASIS, is used to determine a prisoner's category. Alex Belfield may well end up in a category D prison at some point, but before doing so, he'll have to complete some offending behaviour courses. Maybe victim awareness, offending behaviour and other courses deemed appropriate to his offences. I think victim awareness is like a likely choice because his pre-sentence report and the sentencing judge remarked on his lack of empathy for his victims. He will be assigned an offender manager or probation officer in the community whilst in prison who will monitor his behaviour in prison and be advised of any courses he's completed. OASIS will help determine the conditions of his licence when released. As to the question, is Alex Belfield appealing? Yes, he is. He lodged grounds of appeal, which is the first step of the process. Yes, it's referred to as permission to appeal. The grounds and associated legal arguments will be considered by a single judge of appeal solely on the papers. He, she, that's the judge, can 1. Submit the case to the court for an oral hearing before 3 appeal judges. 2. Comment on the case, lacks adequate grounds, and if it has no merit at all, order loss of time, which means the time spent waiting for the decision will not count towards the sentence. So if Alex waits 7 or 8 months and then the judge deems it has no merit at all and orders a loss of time, that 7 months goes back onto his sentence and he has to serve that 7 months again. If the single judge chooses option 2, Alex Belfield can ask for an oral hearing before the court. If he does so, he risks the appeal being dismissed by the court and loss of more time and possibly being resentenced, but he has the right to request an oral hearing. The appeal process has remained unchanged for years, and an appellant has the right to a hearing if they choose one. When making their choice, they will be made aware of the potential consequences. All we know at the moment is that grounds of appeal have been lodged with the court. We don't know what the grounds are or how they'll be interpreted by the judge. Why not wait and see what the judge makes of the case? The appeal is in progress and will end in one of 2 ways: a ruling by a panel of 3 judges in the Court of Appeal, or the appeal being discontinued by Alex Belfield. I see no point in trying to second guess the outcome. Thank you, Steve W. Really appreciate the comment. John Stockburn says, Belfield has more to answer for and I hope is rearrested upon his release and spends lots more time inside prison. He is a conman and a liar and a grifter. He conned a lot of money out of a lot of people. I hope the ginger scum is earning his sheriff's badge. or rusty bullet hole, John? Zandalaw says, Adrian, we'll be on to the iPhone 16 or 17 by the time he gets out. There'll be a few apps and features he'll need to get used to imagine if he was caught with a jail phone up his derriere and got slapped another 2 years. I'm just a curious person, so wonder how he's getting on in the pokey. The only person, I say person, but I mean dog, I feel sorry for is Doddy. I'd really miss my 2 cats if I was away 2.5 years. I struggle being away for a week's holiday abroad. I hope Doddy's being well looked after. Doddy's the only person I feel for. To PJ CNET, the Solicitor General has declined to interfere with the sentence with regards to having it increased, despite acknowledging the error where the maximum sentence should have been 10 years instead of 5, where Alex was given 2.5 years for that offence. However, he added, I understand that the offender is seeking to appeal the sentence, and if he does so, my office will request that the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, draws the sentencing error to the court's attention. So Alex would be insane to go through with an appeal if he was given permission to. It's extremely unlikely Alex would get a more lenient sentence on appeal when potentially he would have got up to 2.5 years longer if the judge had sentenced him correctly. Thank you, PJ CNET. Appreciate the comment. Adrian, I think you're getting a bit excited here. The appeal has nothing to do with any punishment for breaching a restraining order. I know. He hasn't breached any restraining orders. Nor will he. Until he comes out of jail. So no, I'm not confusing the two. I don't believe he's stupid enough to breach, so you're talking about something that almost certainly won't happen. He got sacked from the BBC over a decade ago and didn't stop for a decade. So that boy is stewing for 2.5 years. He would be stupid of the highest order to breach anything. I mean, he's appealing, or he's going for grounds of appeal, thinking that he's innocent, that he's the victim. He said in court, it's a witch hunt, it's a pile-on, I'm the victim. I just hope that from Steve W.'s very insightful comment that he gets the courses and he gets the support and he gets the help so that when he comes out, he can live a life appropriate to him and not make stupid mistakes. Because he's going to be watched like a hawk continually by lots of different people. Adrian, this case was initially to go through the Magistrates' Court. The little I know of the situation is that he chose to move it to Crown Court so he could have a jury. If that is the case, then he most certainly does have a case. No, he didn't. The magistrates did. The magistrates sent it to Crown Court because they didn't have the position to be able to determine the appropriate sentencing. So it went up to a Crown Court. And the magistrates deemed that not young Alex Belfield. That's because the Crown Prosecution Service were accepting of the magistrates' limitations in regards to jail time. I agree. If he hadn't have requested Crown Court, then he couldn't have got 5 years. That's to say the CPS were happy with a maximum jail time of 12 months. That means that his own uneducated decision to go to Crown Court cost him the large prison sentence. Based on this, therefore, I believe he has an extremely good chance of getting his appeal and being successful. Interesting. The BSD junkie. You need to check up on your 2As and 4As and remember that all cases are initially heard before a magistrate, even if to confirm their names and address and add in that Belfield is a pathological liar. Alex C., thank you. Belfield didn't ask to go to a Crown Court. The severity of the charges and the possible sentences meant that the magistrate sent it because he had to. The law. Belfield spun it and did his usual lies to make people believe him, not the truth. How he got away with saying that he was a journalist, I've no idea. He'll never be a journalist so long as he's got a hole up his derriere. Dean Stewart. Adrian. He didn't choose to go to Crown Court instead of magistrates. He lied there. The nature of offences meant that he was facing a maximum of 80 years. 80 in prison if convicted on all charges. Cases that are that serious are never tried in a magistrate's court, as the maximum sentence they can impose is 6 months. Thank you. To Kapan, if I pronounced that correctly, apologies if I haven't. Adrian, he can appeal if there has been a sentencing error. The sentencing error is that the judge thought the maximum sentence was 5 years for a crime which he was sentenced to 2.5. The maximum sentence was actually double, 10 years. So if he does take it to an appeal, it would only be for the Bernie Keith sentence, which was the worst of his crimes. And that sentence would logically be doubled from 2.5 to 5 years. Thank you. And to Terry Wookfit, what a great name. Adrian, it depends on the crime, the punishment, the length of time since the offence, and also the nature of the visit. I think Terry Wookfit's talking about Alex getting into America. A visa for an employee of an international corporation, let's say the BBC, will have less problems obtaining a visa for a work-related visit, presenting, say, a travel programme on the US, than a holiday maker. He has made numerous programs over there. His crime and first visa to get into the US may have taken place a while before the US changed its visa requirements. Consequently, his subsequent visits act as a sort of proof of reformed good character. Should be noted, Belfield technically is not barred from the US. If someone has a criminal record and they declare full details during the visa application process, he will be invited to a US consulate office and interviewed. He can then present a case stating he has numerous visits in the past for vacations and also work purposes, making short videos while on holiday, both in Florida and in Vegas, etc. This may persuade the US Immigration Department to allow him a visa, though if he does intend to ever go back there, he might want to seek legal advice. A visa refusal in some cases is worse than a criminal conviction. Thank you to everyone that responded to that particular point. Keep commenting on the videos, look forward to them, and I'll do more of these update videos soon. My name's Adrian Allen. Thank you for your likes, your subscriptions, but most of all your indulgence. Don't forget to ding the bell, and I'll see you in the next video.